others has been left on the mountain. From a distance it looks like a glaring scar surrounded by green trees. In the dusty mountains. Although the landslide has stopped, but a series of secondary disasters caused by this massive landslide. In the process of the gradual dissipation of the dust, it also began to follow. Moved to a steeper hill on the east side of the landslide site. There was a rumbling sound, accompanied by a long and dusty ditch. In the middle of the ditch is a spectacular implementation disaster. Scattered chunks of rock can be seen rolling and falling down the steep ditch. This phenomenon of falling rocks is called rockfall. It is also better known as a landslide. This is one of the most common secondary disasters before and after landslides and debris flows. Although it is a thorn disaster, but from these rocks of various sizes in the process of rapidly falling. It can be seen in the loud noise that echoes through the valley. What followed was a rolling mudslide. This mudslide is mixed with a lot of rubble and sediment. It is also one of a series of derivative disasters caused by the landslide. But both the scale and the extent of the damage are much greater than the actual disaster. A mudslide mixed with rubble flows down the mountain along a gully on the hillside. It's carrying up sand along the sides of the soil. Above the cliff forms this viscous mud-like concrete in the picture. A mud waterfall formed by the convergence of mudslides, in the process of flying down the mountain. A mess that smears the mountains along the way. But the mudslide at this time was far from demonstrating its destructive power as a natural disaster. Mudslide reaches the bottom of the mountain. The rocks and sediment that came down began to accumulate gradually at the bottom of the mountain, and the viscous mud continued to flow downstream along the accumulated mountain rock and sediment surface. At this time, the mudslide flowing into the open area below the mountain has also become a more troublesome sticky mudslide. If it is a water rock flow with a large content of rocks, after reaching a gentle position at the foot of the mountain, due to the accumulation of rocks, the flow will soon stop. But this viscous debris flow in the picture is more fluid than the water rock flow. Even after entering a flat position, it will continue to spread outward, forming a torrent of mud. And the viscous torrent has a stronger impact than a normal flood. As you can see from the screen, although the flow rate of mud does not appear to be fast, but the numbers that grow in the mud flow are still easily washed away. And it continues to flow and spread into the distance along the open valley. And on the steep mountain wall, the mudslide waterfall wrapped in sediment and rocks is still flying down the mountain along the winding ditch. Compared to landslides and landslides in just a few tens of seconds. Once a mudslide forms, it's going to last a lot longer, even if it's not too destructive. But it also has a much wider impact. But the earth and rock that was carried down by the mudslide was estimated to have exceeded 1.2 million cubic meters after death. That's almost twice as many landslides. As I said earlier, this massive landslide caused a series of stabbing disasters, including rockfalls and mudslides. It was detected 5 hours before it happened. Downhill near landslide location, a village named Torrents was given advance notice.